Let's jump straight into this 15-minute natural makeup look. We're going to go from this to this in 15 minutes. When I'm doing really fast makeup, I love to use products that pull double duty. They just make getting out the door so much faster. And for that reason, I'm going to combine steps here by using a tinted moisturizer with SPF. Today, I'm using a new tinted moisturizer by Mercier. It's the Tinted Moisturizer Natural Dewy. Honestly, I've been a little obsessed with this for about 2 weeks now. I love that I can just squirt this into my fingers, rub it all over my face, and my skin comes out looking better than it did before I put it on. Perfect for every day or for lazy days. And I'm just tapping it under my eyes because I'm not even going to wear a concealer today. The next thing I'm going to do is add a little bit of color to my face, but also use this like a contour. These are the new Maybelline Lifter sticks. They're a cream type stick, which I'm really in favor of for quick looks because it just blends so quickly and effortlessly. These are perfect for all over color. And what I mean by that is you can use them as a foundation, as a contour, or as a nice cream bronzer that doesn't have any shimmer or glitter in it. I try to put the color where the sun would naturally hit my face. So on my forehead, a little on my cheeks, and then use it as a contour too, and then I go over my nose just like the natural sun would hit. And then I'm just going to use my little sponge and use it to do kind of a final blend, but mostly I'm blotting excess makeup because I find that I tend to add too much makeup, and if I don't use the blotting method all over my face, I can get creasing. Okay, let's talk about lips. Especially since I'm doing a quick look, I don't want to fuss with makeup the rest of the day. I generally don't do touch-ups. If it doesn't look good all day, I did something wrong in the morning. I will, however, reapply lip gloss. And for that reason, I've used a clear lip liner around my mouth to just make sure that nothing migrates once I get the lip gloss on there. By the way, if you're in the United States, all the products that I'm using are available on that link visible while watching the video. And if you're outside of the US, you can tap the description. I'm using the NYX Lip IV Hydrating Gloss Serum. What I love about it is that it doesn't get gummy, and when it wears off, it leaves behind a lip stain. I'm using this in the color Bubblegum Burst. And again, we're going to use this for double duty. There's no reason to look for another blush if you've got a cheek color you can use. Starting on the apples of the cheeks, I like to blend this out and just make it look very natural, and I'll also blend it back into that contour and across my nose. I feel like the older I get, the more color I need in my face to just get that natural flush look. Now, if you already have full eyebrows, you can skip this section. Especially when I'm doing quickie brows, I love to use an eyebrow stamp. It literally takes me 1 minute to do these. Just like a lot of people, my eyebrows are not shaped the same. This is the quickest way for me to get 2 brows that are shaped the same. If you're wondering why I look off to the side, it's because my 10x mirror is over here. I cannot see at all to put on makeup without this. Let's go ahead and finish up this other eyebrow. I'm using the brow stamp kit today in the color Taupe by Madluvv, but I actually use a couple of these eyebrow stencil kits interchangeably. I like the one by Madluvv, by Imethodbeauty, and also by Trio Beauty. All 3 have a beautiful water-resistant formula. I was in a super hurry making this video because I actually was going to be late for going to the dentist. So I did time it, and this whole look took 15 minutes, even though the video is only 8. The 2 most important things that have to do with doing fast, pretty makeup are these. Number 1, you have to have your products ready. And number 2, you have to know what is going to make you look best the fastest. And it also helps to have easy products that pull double duty. The 2 things I focus on most are going to be my complexion and my eyebrows. Right now, I'm going in to give myself some hair-like strokes with the Imethodbeauty Hair-Like Eyebrow Pen. I'm using this in blonde. They also have all the other colors, including gray. Even though I have a base color brow down, I love to go in with these where I have those little bald spots and just add some little hair-like strokes. I'm a super stickler with myself on having natural looking brows when I go out in public. Let's move on to a little bit of eyeshadow. I'm really excited about this eyeshadow that I'm using because it is a firming long wear eyeshadow that was created for mature women. It doesn't look or feel like any other cream or liquid eyeshadow I've ever used. This one's by Skinn Cosmetics and it's in the color Espresso. For quick makeup, I love something you can just smudge on your eye and it looks great whether you're using a brush or your fingers. Since I'm 58 and everything feels like it's sagging and drooping, I always appreciate firming products. When I first ordered this, I was really excited because I've been dying for some firming eyeshadow product to come out for the longest time. And I know this is not a priority in the beauty industry, but I sure wish it was. So if you have used any other firming eyeshadow, I would love to hear about it. I personally don't feel like this firms the way I imagined it would, but it does feel slightly firming and it makes my eyelids look a lot better. It's also a matte color, so I don't have to worry about showing off the crepiness on my eye. And one thing that's really unique to this is that you can build it and it doesn't start looking cakey and gross. I love a single eyeshadow look for a really quick makeup. And I'm even going to take this under my eye just a little bit to frame the eye. It's really soft looking and I'm loving the way this is coming together. Since I'm using that 10x mirror to see, I like to flip it over and look at this from a distance to make sure everything's balanced. Then I'm excited to try out a new mascara by e.l.f. This is called Lash N Roll. I'm just going to coat a couple of those bottom lashes just to give myself a little bit more of a frame for the eye. And then I'll give the top lashes a good curl and we'll apply some of this e.l.f. mascara. I'm really excited to try this mascara. I like the way the brush looks and I'm hoping that it's going to curl my lashes and help them stay up all day. I'm really not a huge mascara fan. In fact, much of it is just so painful to use, in my opinion, that I'd just rather use a false lash most of the time. While I'm pretty fast with the false lash, it's actually just faster to use mascara. And while I'm applying this, I'm actually starting to really like the way it looks. Spoiler alert, I wore this makeup yesterday, so I in fact know that this actually kept my lashes up nicely all day. There was no flaking, no smudging, everything looked just like I had just put it on. 3 more little things to do and we are finished with this quick look. While I finish up with this mascara, I'm going to give you a couple of channel updates. Recently, I have not made a lot of long form content, and my long form content is only usually 8 to 10 minutes. But I'm proud to say I'm bringing it back. So I'm hoping you'll take a deep dive into makeup looks with me twice a week. Now remember back in the beginning when I said I wasn't going to use concealer? Instead, I'm using an eye brightener by Thrive Cosmetics. The one I'm using is the color Blythe. I'm just going to place the color where I need brightness, which for me is the inner eye and then slightly right there in the bottom. Then to give a little lift to my eye, I'll use a little bit right there in the corner and just swoop it up. These are just so creamy and blendable. You can do all kinds of neat stuff with them. They're really a matte eyeshadow stick, but they're so blendable and thin, and then they stay in place so well that it's like, why wouldn't you use it there? Let's try this new blurring setting powder by L'Oreal. I kind of want to get rid of the shiny look just in my T-zone mostly. And then I have a couple of places that I'd like to blur things. This is the L'Oreal Infallable Blurfection. It blurs, brightens, extends makeup wear, and controls shine. Using a setting powder or spray is an optional step, but it's really fabulous to keep your makeup in place with no fuss all day. Just remember, the tiniest little bit is needed. I'm finishing my look off with a little sexy hair big spritz and stay. Here's where we started, and here's where we went in 15 minutes. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. If you need products, I appreciate you using the link on screen. It supports my channel.